For more on the fallout following the protest at the Newark ICE facility, we want to bring in Texas GOP Congresswoman Beth Van Duyne. Great to have you with us, Congresswoman. This is one of those stories that you sort of watch it unfold and you just shake your head. You figure protests are fine, but you can't storm into an ICE facility and expect not to be charged with a crime.
No, and we've been down when Biden first became in office, and we were going down to ICE facilities in Texas. You call, you make an appointment. They knew you were coming. You show your ID. You wait for them to escort you in, and it's all very organized. This was specifically meant to cause disorganization, to cause this. It's an entitlement, abusive behavior by Congress members, thinking they are somehow above the law. How many years have we heard from Democrats, no one is above the law? And yet we see it. And thank God for body cams that show exactly what happened. But I think we need to investigate this. And there's no way that we should have elected representatives acting in this abusive manner.
Yeah, let me ask you, what do you make of this? I mean, what's behind this idea? Look, I get it. You want to be heard, but to engage in lawless activity doesn't seem to me to sort of help your point in any way.
No, I agree with you 100%. I think it's just this entitlement behavior by Democrats. They are trying to make a social media movement, a moment, so that they can act as if they're heroes when they are abusing law enforcement that's simply doing their jobs and getting great results, I might say.
Yeah.
I think it's nothing more than just grandstanding. It's got to stop.
Yeah, and really creating an unsafe situation for the professionals who are just trying to do their job. Listen, while we have you, let me ask you about taxes and the budget and markups. Where are we? And I'm just going to put it out there. You got a big week ahead.
Yeah, we do. We do. We have been working our tails off on Ways and Means for the last couple of years trying to put this bill together. What we're trying to do is meet an immediate need for working families and for people who have been really struggling under the Biden economics. So part of this bill, you're going to see that we are increasing the guaranteed deduction. We are increasing child tax credit to put more dollars in these folks' pockets. On the flip side, we also have to look at what we're doing to encourage growth in our economy, encourage small businesses to hire more, to invest in their people. And for that, we are extending the tax provisions in the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017, especially those provisions that are getting ready to extend and expire at the end of this year. We're looking at closing the loophole and allowing small businesses to continue having a low tax rate so they can be competitive with the rest of the world. We are looking at state taxes so that farmers are good. And we are also looking to get this resurgence in manufacturing jobs and manufacturing plants right here in the U.S., recognizing the facts you can't tax your way out of our debt. We have got to grow our economy. We have got to make sure that people who have been suffering the last 4 years feel immediate relief. And that is what we're planning to do with this tax bill. Yeah,
you got to get those tax cuts extended, because if you don't, Americans are going to be looking at a massive tax increase. So I know that's a big part of what you all are working on. Let me share this. This is from Delegate Stacey Plaskett. I had a chance to chat with her yesterday, and we were sort of talking about and kicking around the idea of maybe taxing the uber rich. The president sort of alluded to that, perhaps seriously, perhaps not so much. I'm not exactly sure. Let's hear what she had to say, get your reaction on the other side.
We've seen the Republican tax bill. It has been given to us. We have a markup next week, and there is no increase in taxes to the rich. In fact, Americans are going to be taking the brunt of cuts in the system to line the pockets of billionaires and CEOs in this legislation.
You know what I always find interesting when I hear people talk about taxing the so-called rich, the definition seems to change depending on how much they make or their friends make. The argument there being made that, frankly, there is no real tax cut for those who are making lots of money, and I'm not saying that there should be. Your reaction to what Plaskett had to say?
Look, I think they love to tax and they love to spend, and that's why you saw all the growth in the government sector during the Biden years. What we're trying to do is to put it back into people's pockets, put it back and privatize our economy again, which is why you've seen in the last quarter all of those job increases were made in the private sector. Incentivize the economy to grow, incentivize businesses to invest in America, American workers, create jobs. You've got, what, $5 trillion now of private dollar investments in the U.S., not government dollars, not adding to our deficit, not adding to our debt. This is what you've seen under these tax policies, but we have got to give some security to our businesses moving forward, that we are not going to continue to overregulate them, that we're not going to continue to tax them. And this is exactly what we're doing. That puts dollars in everyone's pockets and makes us competitive with the rest of the world.
Absolutely makes sense. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. We certainly appreciate it.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Kane podcast for full episodes right now.